What's going on YouTube? Counting Gains back here again. So I know you guys all saw the title, but before you guys click off this video, man, I'm going to explain to you why people like Peterson and a lot of these psychologists and philosophers and stuff like that, a lot of these modern day philosophers and psychologists are full of crap, guys, basically. So I'll try and articulate myself very well for this video because a lot of people love Jordan Peterson, guys. A lot of people will not give me even the time of day to critique why I think he's not that great. But the reason why I think that, guys, is because I've thought that for a little bit, but then I heard Tate talk about it, and also John from Bulldog Mindset. I've been watching him for a while. These guys are really good motivators, guys. They're really good motivators, and they talk about how it's very hard to preach mental strength when you yourself are all messed up, guys. When you have a very bad mental attitude, when you're struggling to not kill yourself, when you're struggling with all these things, it's very hard to preach about mental agility, mental acuity, mental anything, strength, mental whatever it is, mental well-being, whatever it may be, guys. It's very hard to preach about that, which Peterson, even in that last interview, guys, he broke down talking about why he felt that he wasn't the leader of like incels and stuff like that. A lot of people on Piers Morgan were hating on him, which wasn't good, guys. It's obviously insulting, but he's on some sort of drugs or something to be breaking down in interviews like that, guys, because obviously he's not, I don't really feel he's in a stable state of mind. But we're gonna get into that, guys. Let's see what Tate and John from Bulldog Mindset have to say, guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, guys, this one should be very informative on why Jordan Peterson is not as reputable as you guys may believe he is. I'd still listen to some of his stuff. His books are quite good as well, but I think that other people are a lot better, guys, including these two guys and AMS and a bunch of different online personalities. So yeah, check them out over Peterson, in my opinion. But yeah, let's keep going, guys.
It's amazing how many people have this mindset, though, because I did this video on Jordan Peterson. Again, I'm not totally against Jordan Peterson. I like a lot of things that he said, but I think it's hypocritical that he's advising people on their lives and he's on all these fucking depression medications, and then he gets addicted to drugs, and he's supposed to be a fucking psychiatrist. So anyway, so I pointed that out, and some stuff with his daughter as well that I thought was ironic, or like hypocritical concerning his stance. And oh my god, the Peterson fanboys came in full force, and it's like, I think the video has like 13,000 downvotes to like 1,000 upvotes. And the most common thing that people say in that video is they say, you see how many people have downvoted this video? Clearly you're wrong and you should take this video down. And I just thought that's amazing that that's the most common comment on the video, is that people think that if other people disagree with you, you must be wrong and you must change your viewpoint to conform to theirs. And that was the thing that made me, I was like, wow, so many sheep here, like that like I never would even consider taking a video down because it's disliked. Yeah. Like it just doesn't even fucking occur in my mind that I'm going to gauge the success of myself based on whether other people like it or not. I'm constantly looking at, do I like this shit? Do I like what I said? Do I like what I did? Like my only point of origin of reference is myself and my own judgment. And it's like so many people are so fucking just looking at the crowd and what other people have to say in order to get their point of origin. And it's like, you cannot be a man and allow other people to determine what is good or what is valuable in your life.
Yeah, exactly, because society is going to lead you into an unhappy life anyway, so you can't conform. And I'm going to agree with you there about Peterson. You said some good things, but I'm super against any kind of medication designed specifically to alter your brain. I don't think. And
so am I, guys. You should never take any medication. I never have. I never will, guys. I think that people, think that because they feel sad once in a while, I feel sad once a day, I feel sad for a couple minutes, like it's a bad thing, guys. It's absolutely a great thing, guys. If it wasn't for that, you wouldn't have those highs. You have to have those highs with those lows. But also, guys, it's just a natural scheme of things. You shouldn't be feeling happy 24/7. So Tate's going to explain exactly why. Let's get it.
I think that's the way to exist. I know, and I have history of mental illness in my family. In fact, I have a few members of my extended family who have bipolar and a few other things. And outside of complete schizophrenia, where they really are a danger to society, I have a few members of society that have a few members of my family which have a few personality disorders, and they are strange to be around. However, I've told them over and over again, no, don't take that pill. Just don't take it. Look,
it's like nowadays medication, guys, they just hand out pills. They just start throwing drugs around. It's like, oh, take this if you feel a little bit sad. It's like, bro, this shit is insanity, guys. This is one of the most main problems in society nowadays, is that everyone is just hyped up on all these drugs. It's insane, guys. And you don't know who's on them. You don't know what they're doing. They make things worse. It's just crazy, guys.
They're a bit kooky, whatever. But this is it. And the truth of this is that these people exist in every country in the world, but only in Western countries we pop them through a pill full of pills.
Yep.
In Thailand, they'd be like, oh, uncle, whatever. He's a bit weird, but he's harmless. And that's it. Like, but it is crazy to preach mental strength and then pop yourself full of pills. I have to agree with that, and I've always said that. So I'm not going to sit and I'm not shitting on the guy. I like the guy, but you're right.
Yeah,
you
me too. Personally, I actually like Peterson. He's kind of good. He says a lot of good things, guys. But it's kind of tough to like preach about mental strength, like you said, when you're telling everyone to take drugs and prescribing drugs and stuff like that. It's kind of tough.
Preach mental strength if you're going to take pills when bad things happen. You can't do that, and bad things happen to everybody. But one of my tenets of manhood, no matter what happens to me in my life, I will never ever take an antidepressant. I'd rather be depressed.
Me too, guys. I'd rather just go to the gym and just do whatever, guys. And I think everyone should do that as well. Never in your life should you take any drugs, prescription, especially like if it's mind-altering drugs, guys. Oh, I feel claustrophobic. Oh, I have ADHD. No, you do not. You're full of shit, man. You don't take drugs because you're a little bit hyperactive. I mean, dude, this is just clown. Dude, we literally live in like an absolute absurd society. I've been saying this, guys, since I was like 15, 16, like since I was like 18 years, since I was like young, I've been like taught, never take drugs, never take pills. Nowadays, it's like ubiquitous, guys. It's literally insane. Everyone's on drugs. It's absolutely, no matter what it is, steroids in the gym. Everyone takes all these crazy drugs. And I'm thinking, like, what the hell is going on with society, guys? Like, what is actually going on? I don't understand why everyone feels the need to take all these drugs. Anti-anxiety medication, ADD. It's like, dog, you're good. You know what I mean? Take a step back. It's crazy, guys.
I don't know how that's going to affect my brain. Nobody knows how it's going to affect my brain. Nobody even knows. These things have been around for 20 or 30 years. You can't do a study. 20 years, we don't know how many people have killed themselves. It might cause more depression, more suicide. Nobody even knows. All these people doing the school shooting and crazy shit are on drugs for this stuff. It's not like no one knows the true result and the true effect of this stuff. It's better the devil you know. I understand my brain. I've lived with it this way my whole life. I'm going to keep it this way.
Facts.
Altering it with chemicals is always going to be a mistake. I think it's always going to be a mistake, and I'll never ever tell anybody to do that. You want to alter your brain with chemicals? Run 100 miles. There's your endorphins.
Right.
There's your endorphins.
Exactly.
Exercise is a mind-altering activity.
Facts.
There's your mind-altering chemicals. Get to work.
Yeah, I don't understand, guys. Just do like 100 chin-ups. I guarantee you guys, after you do 50 to 100 chin-ups, do 100 though, you will never feel like anything you've ever felt in your life, guys. I don't think even most people can even do 100 chin-ups in one go. Take your time doing it. Do 5 sets, 5 at a time till you get a ton of different sets. If I ever feel shit or whatever, I go to the gym, bust out 100. You're good. You're good to go, guys. You feel amazing by the end of that shit. You know what I mean? Don't take drugs, guys. It's crazy.
Don't trying to pop pills and cheat.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
In fact,
cheat is what it is.
Shortcuts and hacks.
There's actually a really good book I read recently about it. Trying to find it here. It's on Audible. It might be called Lost Connections. I think that's what it is. It's actually written by a very leftist guy. Yeah. It's called Lost Connections.
It's Johan Hari.
Yeah. So he's very leftist. He's extremely leftist.
Yeah.
But he wrote a really damn book, Lost Connections, on antidepressants and how they don't actually work, and how all the studies show that they don't actually work, that they actually make things worse in a majority of cases. And so I think I said the depression shit about a year before that book came out, and I was the worst man in the world. And then he released a book and confirmed it. Right. But he's on the right side. He's on the left. So
exactly.
So
he's allowed to say it. We're not allowed to say, grow some balls. That's against the rules.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. And this is one of the things about society. This is one of the reasons why society is falling apart. It's because they keep telling men, it's okay to cry. It's okay to be a bitch. It's okay to be sad.
Right.
And what they don't understand, all these leftists, which are men with low testosterone, and women, which have no testosterone, what they don't understand is that men have a natural, it's something we've evolved with. It's something we need. We have a natural capability for violence. This is something that's inside of men because we had to defend our societies and defend our people we cared about. We have a natural capability for violence. So The reason that society is now safe is because we resist our urge, which is a natural capability for violence. If someone comes up to you and calls you a dickhead, you may feel like smashing them straight in the face, but you don't. You'll say,
right.
well, why am I a dickhead? Or you're a dickhead too. Or there'll be a little bit of exchange before it might get to that point.
Yeah.
But the point is this: when you tell men to remove self-control over their emotion, oh, you can cry if you feel sad. Right. When you tell men to remove control of their emotion, you don't just get a bunch of crybabies. You also get a bunch of violent men. These are what these school shooters are.
Right, Antifa, right there.
Yeah, I feel sad. Oh yeah, or Antifa. These are people with no emotional control.
Yeah.
And many men, this is going to end up manifesting itself in violence. So one of the key tenets of masculinity is emotional control.
Yeah, that's really important what he said there, guys. He's not really mocking people that get sad and stuff. A lot of people will be blowing up the comments. Oh, he's mocking people that get sad. He's not saying that, guys. What he's saying is you got to be able to control yourself emotionally. Someone sends you an email that you don't like from work. You know, you act professional, you send a nice chill letter back. You don't go off the fucking hinges and start going, oh, you piece of shit, start going crazy. Like everyone does when they're younger. Like you do that up to the age of about 25. But after 25, guys, you kind of start to understand, okay, I need to be professional here. You do feel like going crazy and killing people, but you cannot do that, guys. You know, that's not how you can act in society, guys. But now they're telling people, oh, be emotional, be very emotional. It's like, no, you shouldn't be. You should be stoic, guys. You know, not like this psycho guy who's going off crazy and ranting and going nuts. Well, I do the ranting, but I don't go. You know, actually, I do go nuts, but it's more in the gym. It's not like, you know, in the form of like, it's like controlled aggression, guys. It's crazy to act out and go nuts like they're telling people to do nowadays. You know.
When I say men don't cry, I've cried. I cried when my father's died, so I cried once in 15 years. But the point is, I'm not saying you should never cry. I'm saying your default reaction to adversity should not be tears. There should be a big barrier that prevents tears and allows you to logically try and find a solution and get to work and put action in place as opposed to sitting there crying. And when I say men don't cry, like, oh, you're toxically masculine, you're insecure, real men cry. I disagree. Real men control their emotions and they act irregardless of emotions and make logical decisions. That's what a real man does. Yep. So you have to control your emotions as a man, because if you can't control the sad, you can't control the violent, you can't control anything. Yep. And this is why society is getting so bad. All these men are told not to control themselves, and everyone's sitting there going, "Why is everyone killing each other? I wonder why."
Yeah,
well, because we get pissed off, and that's what happens. You know, so huge amounts of self-control is required to exist inside of a society as a man.
Like anger is really good if it's placed somewhere that's good, guys. You know, if you direct it into the gym or you direct it into your work, your purpose, your business, it's obviously a great thing. I mean, I think for every guy, like most guys that grew up whatever without shit, you're gonna grow up pissed off as hell. Like you're gonna just grow up really pissed off, but you can't just start going crazy and lash out and start, you know, being aggressive. You have to target that anger into different areas, guys. You know, that's the way to make money, and that's the way to kind of get out of ruts, you know. So,
and we need to be teaching men to be self-controlled. And you can't teach a men to be self-controlled if you start popping pills the second you're sad.
Facts.
That's not self-control.
Facts.
Exactly.
So the whole thing is fucked up.
Yeah.
I have this thing, I call it like the 3 levels of emotional mastery, right? And I think the first level is what I call heart on your sleeve, right? So this is where you're like going around like a little bitch, just whining about everything, crying about, you know, blue pill, heartbroken, all this. And then I think a lot of guys hit the second level, which is emotional numbness or zombie mode. So they learn that they can become numb so they don't feel pain, right? But then they don't feel love either. So they're like, they're just basically like, you know, zombies walking around. But the third level is what I call like feel the pain and keep on walking. That's when you reintegrate, when you're open again and you feel the pain, but it doesn't influence what you do. Like you experience full emotion. You can love again, like you could treat people, like you can feel all that spectrum of emotion, but you don't express it. It doesn't come outward. Instead, you feel it internally, but you keep on doing what you're supposed to do as a man. Your actions are not influenced by those emotions. Whereas the first level, your actions are completely influenced by your emotions. Everything that you feel, that's what you do.
That's class.
Completely agree. With you, man. I completely agree with you. And I completely agree. I think I tweeted something this morning. I said, I'm not a stoic. When I'm angry, I'm angry. And when I'm happy, I'm happy. I don't really feel sad. I don't believe in sad. So the closest
it's
to
weird.
sad.
I never really feel sad, guys. I just get like angry or like, oh, like this is kind of shit. Let me try and do something else. I don't get everyone that's like all in their emotions like constantly. Man, I feel really sad all the time. Like, bro, how do you even have time to feel sad? Like, I don't have enough time in the day to do all the freaking YouTube work that I want to do. I literally don't have enough time in the day. It's impossible. I can't even get enough done. It's crazy.
Sad for me is fury. I'll get pissed off. I don't really believe in sad, and because I've reframed the parameters. You know, there's a really interesting documentary about color.
Yeah, so it's like it is what it is, guys. Try to keep your emotional well-being to yourself. And Jordan Peterson, like he preaches this kind of hard man stuff, but it's like, you know, it is tough to achieve that once you're shown to be flying off the rails and going crazy in interviews and stuff like that and getting mad all the time and things like that. So yeah, tell me what you guys think, man. Do you guys love Jordan Peterson? Do you guys hate Jordan Peterson? I love you guys all so much for watching. Try to adopt the mindset of a stoic, guys, of a man that's able to overcome adversity without getting too crazy. Love you all, man. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.